Morning guys, got an email here from someone. I'd like to answer it on camera because some very good questions. He says, "Hey Ted, I'd like to be full fruitarian, but I have some reservations. As I told you in my initial email, when I look at Cron-O-Meter for a full fruitarian, unless you consume over 4,500 calories, I notice some vitamin, mineral, and amino acid deficiencies." First off, let's address that. Cron-O-Meter is not the end-all be-all for, you know, if it says you're gonna be low on something, it doesn't mean you're gonna be deficient. If it says you're too high on something, it doesn't mean you're gonna have an excess of it. Because if you take an orange, if you take two oranges, one orange is gonna have this much vitamin C, the other orange is gonna have this much vitamin C. They're gonna have different levels of vitamin C. If you take a bunch of grapes or a bunch of papayas, all the grapes are gonna have different amounts. It's just, the stuff that they measured on Cron-O-Meter, it's not a reflection of all the fruits. You know, you could have a really awesome bioavailable nutrient-rich organic orange grown in California, or you could have an indoor orange grown from China, and they're gonna have totally different nutrient values. Obviously the one from grown in California is gonna have way more nutrients than the one grown in China. So just because something on Cron-O-Meter says you're gonna be low on something, it doesn't actually mean you're gonna be low on that one thing. The way you can tell is if the food you're eating tastes really good. If it tastes really good, it's giving you everything you need. If it tastes like, whatever, you're definitely missing something there. So use Cron-O-Meter just, if you want, just to see if you're getting enough calories, or just to see, whatever, if you're getting too many calories, up to you. Just use it more for a calorie thing, if anything. Yeah, if you're curious about what nutrients are in certain foods, you can use that for that as well. But don't eat for nutrient sake. So I'm not gonna eat an orange for the vitamin C. I'm not gonna eat an apple for the pectin. I'm not gonna eat a papaya for the enzymes. I'm not gonna eat a pineapple for the vitamin E or anything like that. I'm not gonna eat kale for the vitamin K. Eat strictly because it tastes good and because it makes you feel good in its raw natural state. So I'm not gonna eat the tomatoes for lycopene. I'm gonna eat the tomatoes because I freaking love tomatoes. I'm not gonna eat coconut meat for the omega-3s or the omega-6s. I'm just gonna eat it because it tastes really good. And I'm gonna eat it until it stops tasting good, or until I stop feeling good. Hopefully when it stops tasting good, that's when you stop, because if you go beyond that point, you're probably not gonna feel that good. So that's my take on Cron-O-Meter. Use it just as like a rough guide, but really trust your tongue. Oh man, this is blurry the whole time. Really just trust your tongue. Next question here. Lastly, greens are a life form that we may be destroying unnecessarily. I agree. I don't think it's ethical to eat greens, because when you pick a lettuce plant, the lettuce is dead, it's gone. Whereas if you pick an apple, you can grow a bunch of apple trees. So lettuce, you're kind of killing the lettuce if you eat the whole head of lettuce. But after just picking little bits off if you want, but unnecessary. You don't need to eat greens, in my opinion. Can if you want, go ahead. He says, plus I have issues with mono meals. Is it really advantageous to consume 12 bananas instead of 7 bananas and 5 pears? No. I think if you want 5 pears after you've eaten 7 bananas, definitely go ahead and eat those 5 pears. I'm mono for the most part just because the food tastes amazing, but even after a big meal of longans, if I look at a tomato and I want a tomato, I'm gonna go for a tomato, no problem. If I have a coconut meat and then an avocado and then a banana, I feel better than if I just ate straight avocado or just straight coconut meat or just straight banana. So go by feel, definitely. The reason you do mono is just because that's how you feel the best, or that's why you should be doing mono, just because that's how you feel best. But if you feel best eating other foods, go do that. Also, I say I buy a box of 9 mangoes. We all know that 9 mangoes do not ripen at the same time. 3 may ripen one day, 2 may the next. So how do I make sure I'm getting a good amount of ripe fruit in my house at all times? Good point. I suggest always having a variety of fruit on hand. You want really unripe stuff, you want really ripe stuff, you want frozen stuff, you want stuff that's in the fridge, and you want cupboard stuff. Cupboard stuff is always ready to go. That way you always have a variety of things that are always ready to eat. Stages of ripening. Unripe stuff, super ripe stuff, stuff that's in the fridge because it's a little on the edge of being ripe, frozen stuff, and cupboard stuff like dried fruits. That's how you make sure you always have enough. So I hope those tips help. So yeah, that's it. Email me back, let me know, and we'll set up a time to Skype. Awesome, cool, look forward to talking with you, man. I hope this video helps, and hope it helps other people as well. You asked some really good questions. I look forward to speaking with you on Skype, getting into some detail on how you can really succeed with this thing. Peace from Thailand.
Fruitarian, living lifestyle. Learn about the benefits and start now. Eating from the vine and feeling divine. Fruit living with nature's design.